You have a very fine fortress, my lord.
I'm glad you think so.
You don't?
To be honest, I prefer to go back to England. Life in a fortress is a beautiful.
And with your fortune. Hardly surprising if you're putting up the Margrave here.
No, that's more down to his Hungarian cousin, if you get my meaning.
Perfectly, my lord.
I apologize.
I could go for something to eat now.
Excuse me?
Put that weapon away before I knock it out of your hand. That's what I thought.
Eat whatever takes your fancy, my friends. You look like you've had a hard journey.
Ah, the journey wasn't so bad, especially compared to what came before it.
Where are you coming from, anyway?
From Trusky.
That's Sir Otto von Burgo's domain. What were you doing there, pray tell?
We were in a castle cellar, talking to an old acquaintance.
My God, how did that happen?
Simple. I'm in the service of Lord Sokol of Lamberg, same as Dry Devil. And I had a job to do around Trusky, if you get my meaning.
Absolutely. But it wasn't much of a success, was it?
Actually, it was pretty much.
Well, more like a...
And we nearly got von Berghoff.
And what prevented you from completing that righteous...
Ah, we had him in our grasp. We routed...
I know that name.
Exactly.
But why would the Pragas send for...
Ah, but they didn't, sir. They weren't sent to Trusky, but here. They just stopped off to visit von Berghoff because he was in a tight situation.
Here? To my...
Not just here, but everywhere where King went.
And that's also one of the reasons why we're here. It seems Sigismund's run out of patience. He's going to break the truce and finish off the... So he's convened all his followers in Kuttenberg with von Berghoff and von Orlitz in the lead. It's just a matter of time before the battles begin.
We've got to secure the fortress quickly, stock up on supplies, reinforce the guard until the... But I'm grateful to you, friends. Wait here. I'll have the bring that red from Burgundy right.
You might want to save some for Jobst.
I'll gladly risk his displeasure for...
It seems we both have the same opinion of Jobst, eh?
Well, that is, I wouldn't dream of disrespect. Where do you know him from?
I don't really know him as such.
Yes, I've heard of you. They say...
Yes, a bandit. It's no secret, sir. King Wenceslas even put a price on my head once. And Catherine here, she...
I'm sure that's of no interest to the noble gentleman. And anyway, if anyone knows Jobst well, it's Henry here. You two are quite on friendly terms, aren't you?
Well, we only met once, in fact. When he came to see Lord Hanush in Rattay.
Anyway, we're straying a little from the point. As I said, one of the reasons we came here is to warn you. And the other reason goes by the name of Hinnock, the dried... Where is he?
Well, he was here for a while.
Was here? So he's gone?
Where did he go?
I couldn't say. He didn't part quite on the best.
That's quite normal for him. Don't...
I had no issue with him. It's more about Margrave Jobst. When he met Hinnock, he was somewhat disturbed.
Disturbed?
Well, let's say, after an exchange of... they saw as little of each other as possible. I'm sure if you're interested in the details, the Margrave will explain it to you himself.
Why is Jobst taking such risks? He almost put himself in
To do what he's been doing all his life. Scheming.
One could put it that way. He's seeking allies amongst the undecided lords, and winning over to our side some of the ones who've sided with Sigismund so far.
He wants to make deals with turncoats?
Alas, that's the way it goes in politics.
Iki jenenge Incurious Cognito. Gambare korek. Nggo C lho, Incurious. COG Cognito gitu. Oke, lah ngelek-ngelek. Cek. 7.000 kbps masuk kurang kah? Gimana coba? Drop frame loh. Stick hari 2. Wes. Halo wes Ru. Wah, piye? Enak yo. Caranya piye yo iki? WhatsApp. Ora nek. Nah itu TikTok ya bos. Ini bapak kan nonton ki. Suara nonton, kebarke nang kabeh guru-gurune kon nonton.
The majority lean towards the side where they expect the least problems. Just between us, I'm not too pleased myself about Jobst's strategy. And I'm the last one who'd wish for violence.
What was Dry Devil doing here, anyway?
Waging war, if you could...
Tes, halo. Enggak sing nggon mike iki aku ngomong krungu ora. Tes, hui. Hai. Properties coba. Device ini. Tes. Tes. 1 2. Tes. Halo. Tes. Ah, ini kalau mah pakai melebu loh. Tes.
What do you think about all of this? Sigismund,
Like, share,
Wenceslas,
subscribe.
Jobst.
What kind of question is that? Do you doubt?
No, that's not how I'm...
Henry here sometimes forgets to weigh his words, sir.
That's all right. To be frank, we all know that King Wenceslas...
Ndi ranahnya? Mo.
Blood running in their veins is more important than what's in their heads. He's not a capable ruler. What of it? In my opinion,
Tapi lancar orang
kingship is above all a
Lancar.
guarantee of divine peace. A sovereign's
FPS.
greatest asset is his legitimacy.
But what if the sovereign is truly bad? If he's
Betul
mad,
tadi.
say.
I'll put it this way.
Oh.
Nobody lives forever, lad.
Least of all bad kings.
So, what do we do now?
The Margrave will certainly want to talk to you.
FPS sih tapi ini.
Leave if we wanted to.
Who's secure?
Good.
So be it.
Sir, there's still one more thing we came for. Lord von Bergov is holding my lord, Sir Hans Capon of Perkstock, and we also have to warn Jobst's ally, John of Liechtenstein.
Sorry, I don't. I didn't even know von Bergau had come here until you told me. And I've heard nothing about Lord Licton.
Which is actually good news. If he'd been caught and executed, the word would be all over the region. So there's a...
Thank you.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
It's the least I could do, lad. My fortress is open to all the...
I suppose I ought to get to bed.
I had some chambers prepared for all of you. Cross that corridor and go up the stairs. You can't miss it. But first, eat your fill. All of you. And maybe... I told my servant Susanna to prepare baths for you. The baths are in the little house in the courtyard.
Aduh sih. Ini. Oh,
Was your trip?
Aduh sih.
Journey itself was
Bos.
great. Those are nice weather.
Eh,
And it's a scary place out there. Nothing but footpads and ruffians, eh?
yang benar
Keep
ini.
saying this country needs a firm hand.
Wih.
Come here.
Alright.
Sit and
Ya,
stay.
mana?
Look what I have for you.
Orang
Aye, aye. You silly
Ih, apa tuh
doggy.
ya?
Come here, boy.
Gue lucu. Itu sih no.
What are you here for today?
I'll have a look at your...
Tuku dried, orang ada dried ya? Tuku bir aja. Bir 2. Snack 2. Guys lah.
Thanks, and have a nice day, friend.
Lord Pisek said we could have a bath here?
Yes, sir. I prepared the hot water and fragrant...
Thank you.
You needn't thank me, sir. And now, if you'll allow me, I'll help you undress.
Woohoo. Siapa sih? Oh, torch. Oh, the torch.
What do you need?
What do you have?
Beli ke beef.
I'm glad you found what you needed, sir.
Look what I have for you.
Sidekick. Tolong lu klik.
Here you go. Take it.
Apaan orang?
God be with you.
G'day. G'day.
Stay. Come here, boy. Aye, come here.
You're in a foul temper today, aren't you?
Excuse me?
Sini.
Mutt! Stay. Here, Mutt. You silly mutt. Aye, aye. You silly doggy. Good boy. Good boy.
I'm sorry.
Tutup sih. Oke. Baca dulu dong. Oke. Turu bos. Halo. Patrick say.
So you got your revenge? Father, did it make you feel any better? It did. So what comes next? Mark von Aulitz is next. Then von Berghoff. And is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened. It's what I want. Are you sure, Henry?
What's happening? Why are you waking me up? You again?
Yes, the Margrave is calling for you, sir. You and the other gent.
You mean Zizka?
I suppose. I don't know what...
And what about Catherine?
That's the good wife who arrived with you?
Ugh.
Before you go, I brought you something for... Oh, have I been too bold?
No. Definitely not. Thank you. Do you need it?
No.
So...
You haven't dismissed me, sir.
I'm not a nobleman. You don't have to stand on ceremony with me.
I do, since you're a guest of the Margrave, sir.
But
Thank you, sir.
Where's my dagger?
I apologize. I apologize.
I'll sort you out.
See, meine Dame? We aren't idle here. My men train like that every day.
Admirable. If Sigismund and his army happened to turn up, you'd have 2 warriors.
But
Lo, the worth Henry of Skalitz. I'm just holding a discussion with the captain here about his...
that's not how I'd put it. In the end, as mein Großvater said, the strength of a castle is measured by its garrison. And mine is one of the best. What do you say, lad?
Aye. I have to admit, the soldiers here look pretty fearsome. I wouldn't want to come up against them in battle.
I get the feeling you'd run instead of facing them, though. Eh?
Leave him be, meine Dame. Nobody with any sense would take on my men.
Now look here, I was just being polite.
Ach ja?
Do you fancy yourself a knight?
Come, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't come to any harm, and let... Pull cock! The first to bleed loses.
Alright.
I'm just getting started.
For glory and carnage, die! For glory and carnage, die! Taste my steel!
Reload. Save scum.
I apologize.
See, meine Dame? We are...
Lo, I'm just...
That's in the... What do you...
Aye.
Leave...
Now look here.
Ach,
Do you fancy...
come, pull car. The first...
For glory! It's God!
Watch and learn. No chance. Still believe in yourself? Watch and learn.
Victory or death!
Excellent, Henry.
It was nothing.
Gutkama, you have my admiration. You really are good with the sword. I hope my idiots learned a thing or two from you.
You should receive some kind of reward.
And what rewards?
I was rearranging our saddlebags, and I remembered I took a small memento from Trotsky.
Oh.
A hunting crossbow. I even think it's fun. I was meaning to sell it, but...
My word. I better go and find Ziz.
I saw Zizka next to the stables.
Do you want to come with us?
Not really. I have a
Why?
A woman...
I apologize. God bless.
How are you, dear good wife?
All the better for being greeted so respectfully. He's terribly jealous, and he could have you whipped. He's...
You wouldn't happen to know where Lord Hinnock of Kunstad went, would you?
I don't know, but I hope as far away as possible. That...
What?
A respectable woman doesn't talk about that kind of thing, but if it hadn't...
I beg your pardon, milady, but could you tell me what's new around? I'm asking because I've just arrived, and I'd like to know more about this region.
If it's mercenary work you're interested in, you'll have to ask elsewhere. God be with you.
It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
This. I fell off the battle.
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen better days.
Yeah, not so great.
Just wait until you've been through as much.
Nah, don't say that. You still have your strength. A real man of iron.
A damned rusty one, I'd say. But enough chat. I see Jobst has returned.
That's why I'm here. They're expecting... I wanted to take Catherine along, too. But she said she'd rather get the...
She's doing the right thing. And you better run ahead and greet the Margrave.
Are you expecting...
I always expect trouble. Jobst has turned coats more times than I can... And the way things are these days, I'd rather have horses standing by, even on...
What about that dry devil of yours?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems they're hoping it's as... I'm not surprised. If I know him... He might. To be honest.
Should I really go and see Jobst on my own? He's the Margrave, though.
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Ratai. I only know what I've heard about him.
All right, but he sent for us both.
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand, I'm doing this for our benefit.
All right, then. I'll be going then. Heal! Here you go. Take it. My doggy, eh? Aye, come here.
You.
Easy, good horse.
You have a kind, eh? Greetings. What?
Would you repair it? Let's talk about the price.
Sure.
Only because it's you.
Well, if you offer a little bit more... Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Thank you kindly. And come again, friend. What would you like?
What do you have for...
I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
Kuttenberg surrendered to Sigismund, and his army is running amok here in the area.
They are. These Dreckigen Hurensöhne are angry, you see? They thought they would rake in the silver from the Kuttenberg mines. But they couldn't have been more wrong. Sigismund kept all the treasure for himself. Why should he pay them out of his own pocket when the local lords are feeding them?
What? I don't understand.
Dann pass mal auf. As soon as the soldiers began looting the villages around the city, the local nobility quickly decided it's better to pay them Lösegeld.
So that Hungarian bastard is getting rich, while the locals feed his army.
Das trifft den Nagel auf den Kopf. And yet, that carrot-top Schweinehund lets the monks in the Zealots monastery fuss over him while he receives legations from the whole kingdom.
Do you know by chance how to get into that monastery where Sigismund is staying?
Wie bitte? Hast du den Verstand verloren? You can forget. Listen closely to what I tell you. I don't know. Leave Sigismund alone. The wheels of justice grind slowly but surely.
Did Sigismund also...
Oh yes, as soon as he got here. But my men know what to do. Mein Herr Peter, however, had to pay him a fat Lösegeld to leave us. The villagers in the vicinity feared evil.
What happened?
They raised Meseles and Opatovitz. There was nothing left but ashes, and they haven't been here since then. But the Teufels and Sigismund.
I need to top up my supplies.
You'd be better off asking the innkeeper Slivka in the village about these things. And that's no surprise, because he...
How do things work around here?
Not really, except for the Sigismund military camp at Opatovitz. And it isn't really all that safe in the raised villages either. These Banditenbanden have settled in there. A bunch of dozzers who'll easily cut your throat for... So God will. These evil times...
How do I get to Kuttenberg from here?
Das ist nicht schwer. You just take the main road to the east, and then you'll see the church. Or you can also follow your nose. There's smoke rising from the smell is hell, but it's worth it for the silver. In fact, the silver's why Kuttenberg is the second...
Where did you say Sigismund's army is?
Unfortunately, they've occupied the hill above the main road near Kuttenberg, so no one could. When you walk out of the village and look toward Opatovitz, you should see the flags flying above their camp. Pah! That Hungarian camp is like a boil. It's just festering and we just...
How's it going, Captain?
Sehr interessant.
What of it? So is there anything you need a hand with?
Was soll ich sagen? After our Lord paid ransom for us to the Chaiskel-Cherton, aber warte. Eigentlich, you ought to have a word with our huntsman Dobrosch. He might have eine Aufgabe for you. See, someone poached a white roebuck in his territory.
White roebuck? That's a rare sight.
Yeah, and Dobrosch takes it as a personal offense. So go...
What exactly do you mean?
Just ask him if there's anything new happening in his territory. Oh, yeah. He really... Und das war alles.
All right. I'd like to learn...
What are you in...
I hope you can tell me how to use a mace.
Thanks. I'll teach you one trick, but...
You have a kind master, Bobby?
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Berghoff at Trotsky?
I beg your pardon, Margrave. I have the feeling you already know everything.
Really? I have the opposite feeling. These days, John of Liechtenstein, my court spy, I suppose you could say. But there's one thing you're right about. I have a fair idea about what you got up to at Trotsky. Now, let's get to a more important question. I heard you ended up in von Berghoff's dungeon. And judging by the state you were in when you arrived, I expect they didn't treat you too well. You didn't reveal anything important there by any chance?
Well, they asked questions, yes. But I was counting on that, and prepared myself for it.
How did you prepare yourself?
I just thought something up.
Henry, what exactly did you tell them? What you might consider to be a minor detail might be something of utmost importance.
I don't know. It all happened so fast.
But you said you had time to think. So how was it then?
Well,
I've had better liars than you failed to trick me. So tell me...
Although it wasn't me who told him, von Berghoff did get certain information.
What information?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kuttenberg. And what he's doing there. I'm really sorry, sir. But... well, they tortured us.
But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect anyone to hold their tongue under torture.
But Lord Liechtenstein... what if they killed him?
John went straight into the lion's den. He knew the risks. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you...
Sir, that's a generous offer, and I appreciate it. But it's not what I want.
If you wish to stay and help here, I'll be glad, of course. I need someone to escort my envoys, and you've proven yourself more than capable.
It's Lord Capon, Your Grace. I came to find out where he is, and rescue him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Berghoff has him trapped in a gilded cage.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now is to wait for the ransom demand.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother!
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended, I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go. Stay close. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize you. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize me, even like this, unless he's too drunk.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until...
The quality drop.
Go! Go!
My wares will bring you joy.
Quick!
Slowly. Nice and slow.
Quick! Good doggy.
Bread on the market. Come and take a look.
Have you got anything to eat?
Ah, what kind of pig was sitting here? What's that noise? All right, what was that?
Wanted to break in here, did you? What's the hold-up?
Hey!
Good afternoon.
How are things?
I can't complain. Hey, lad. And do you know? Well, I'll tell you. The one some...
Take care, friend. Greetings.
Jesus Christ, be...
Excuse me.
What? What is this?
Tell me then, what
Can I help
give
you?
for it?
Sure. I tell you, and you dob me in.
Crazy? Why would I drop
Excuse me?
Good afternoon.
Can I spend the night?
Well, I don't know.
I'll pay you well.
For a few groschen,
Let's agree on a price. Satisfied?
that's not enough. Thanks. Feel free to lie down on the hay. It was good to see you, my friend.
I'm sorry.
Vegetables!
I'll have a look at the...
God be with you, my friend. Huh? Oh, it's just you.
What the fuck?
Quick! Quick!
Oh, you...
Ka! Quick! Quick! Ka! Quick! Go! Go!
Trip would go by faster.
Why? A lovely tree like that? It's a nice place to run.
Ka! Go! Search. Sit and bark. Heel.
You silly doggy.
Are you going far, Goodman?
Well, define far. Enough, you know how it is. If you as much as stick your nose out the door these...
So you're in no danger, though.
Yes, well, Mercifully, we apothecaries haven't any enemies who would bite.
You say you're skilled in the art of healing?
Well, I'm no physician, but I do know my ointments. Wenzel Torvald, Master Apothecary, at your service, of the famed established...
Where are you coming from?
I was paying my respects to my brother Oswald in Kuttenberg.
What case would that be?
Ah, well, by all accounts, it was an unsavory affair. A young girl murdered, only for her to up and bolt.
What?
Primo. She was never actually dead. Secundo, it was poison that blazed et tandem tertiam et finale. So, as I say, it's an unsavory business when a young girl is driven out of her senses.
Do you have anything interesting to sell?
If it's herbs you're after, or alchemy you're in...
Let's talk about the prop. Is this enough?
That's more like it. Hey, du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Kita nih